Watch and burn.
Hey everyone. So today I wanted to talk about Chris de Burgh's brilliant Man on the Line. This for me, it's like one of those like pinnacle records from the 80s. Like everybody in the 80s who was worth their salt in any size, shape, or form has that one classic record from that decade that everybody loves. You know, like Duran Duran with Rio, for example. But that was far from the best thing everything Duran Duran pretty much did in the early 80s was flawless. But when the band split into the two camps, and then as a big thing, I felt that Duran Duran wasn't really able to pull out song-wise what they were earlier in the 80s. But nonetheless, Rio is far from the only record that Duran Duran released that was awesome. But this, I love a lot of Chris de Burgh's records. I mean, the man has been going forever, but this is by far my favorite. And I've had this since I was a kid. I couldn't tell you where I picked it up. I don't believe, it's odd because his, more or less his entire discography is available on Spotify, but I'm pretty sure Man on the Line isn't there, or at least it wasn't there the last time I checked, but I don't really care because I gave up a while back, so whenever I want to listen to it, I just listen to this or I find it on YouTube. This record is so 80s. Everything about it, from the cover to the back cover to the songwriting, it is just, like I said, this is his like most 80s record, and if you love the 80s, you know how awesome that is, because when a band from this era has released their most decade sounding record, it's really something to behold. And this record is no exception. I mean, you've got The Ecstasy of Flight, I Love the Night, which is like one of the best songs he's ever written. And as far as the content is concerned, I couldn't agree more. I feel the exact same way. I'm recording these at 20 to 3 in the AM, and I don't usually go to bed till around 7 or 8 a.m., and I sleep all day. I've been like that since I was a kid. I've sort of modeled my entire life around staying up all night and sleeping all day. As far as work and school have always been concerned. Of course, elementary school and secondary, there wasn't much I could do about it. But as far as post-secondary and then work is concerned, I've always been really lucky in being able to find a way to work afternoons and then stay up all night doing whatever I want, like making pointless videos for YouTube talking about records nobody even knows anymore, like Chris de Burgh's Man on the Line, which is a fucking crime to not know this record. The Ecstasy of Flight, I Love the Night. I mean, Taking It to the Top, that is like one of the catchiest songs he's ever written as well. The Head and the Heart. I love how like emotionally open he is, and I love how honest he is in regards to how he chooses to write songs about love. And I believe his songs about love. Like, if you take any love song written in the past 10 years, you just know it was written in a boardroom by 15 professional songwriters and then sold off to the label who paid the most money for it, who would give it to their disposable pop star of the week to sing about somebody or other, and y'all know the whole time that they don't even have a significant other. But at this point, with people like Chris de Burgh, when they wrote a love song, it was from the heart and it was honest. So The Head and the Heart is fantastic, and I love the story it tells, and I love how it ends with a decision being made in favor of one over the other. Don't want to spoil it for anyone, so this will be spoiler free. You'll have to listen to the song yourself to find out if whether or not they choose the head or the heart. The Sound of a Gun. It's got Tina Turner on it. It's an amazing track. It's incredibly catchy, and I love that Tina Turner's on it. High in Emotions on here too. Jesus Christ, this was his like biggest 80s record. Next to, of course, I mean, I know his biggest single is The Lady in Red, but I've never really liked that song. I think I did when I was a kid briefly, but then I heard it 10,000 times and I very quickly got sick of it. So this record for me, this is the record that has all of his 80s hits, even though I know technically, like I said, his largest one is The Lady in Red off another record. Man on the Line, of course, the title track, Moonlight and Vodka. It's a weird song, actually. Moonlight and Vodka. I'm not 100% what's going on there. I don't know if it's about him on tour, or if he's playing the part of a spy. Like I said, not 100%. And Transmission ends because I'm always going to love you. Yes, I'm always going to love you. You know, until my final day, until my final hour. You're fucking right. If you've ever been in love, you know how important that attitude and those lines are. And yeah, this record, the lyrics from this will totally impress girls. But you shouldn't be some scumbag using it just to fucking sleep with them, because that's gross. But otherwise, this record will totally impress girls. Not that that's really important, because you should really only be listening to music to impress yourself. But nonetheless, I will say, girls love the lyrics on this album. I've tested it out on 2 girlfriends over the course of time, and they both loved. Their favorite song was Transmission Ends, and that part at the end where it's I'm always gonna love you, I'll always be with you, that girls fucking, they love that. And so, yeah, thanks a lot, Chris, for helping guys like me. Actually, it didn't really help me, I guess. I'd been dating them both for a while at that point. But nonetheless, girls really dig that song. So yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what else to say. I also like that Phil Collins pops up as well. And if I'm not mistaken, he's not credited on here because his label wouldn't let him appear or whatever it was. I'm pretty sure he's not credited. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not even 100%. 100%. Not 100%, I'm 100%. I'm not even 100% if Tina Turner is credited here. No, yeah, she is. She appears courtesy of Capitol Records. Howard Jones was on this too. Yeah, Phil Collins is on this bad boy as well, but he is uncredited because, like I said, I'm pretty sure his label said no. And as Courtney Love let everybody know a number of years back, once you get a record deal, back when record deals were still a thing and they still mattered, you became pretty much an indentured servant to the label that gave you said deal. But yeah, Phil Collins is on here too. This record is perfect. I love everything about it. I absolutely love the artwork. I mean, there's no way a record that looks that 80s can't sound perfect, you know? And this record does not disappoint. So look, I think I've been talking, holy fuck, I've been talking about this motherfucker for almost 8 minutes. I'm gonna go. So thank you so much for sitting with me while I discussed Chris de Burgh's awesome Man on the Line. Thank you, and don't forget to like and subscribe, even though I'm pretty sure the end video is going to say it again, and I apologize for repeating myself. Have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.